What's up guys, Jared here, and all aboard! The Movie Express is about to leave the station. So it's 2018, and that means a whole new year of movies, and usually in January, it's a bunch of Oscar-worthy, award-worthy movies, and then a bunch of movies they don't really know what to do with. So I went out and saw the latest from Liam Neeson, The Commuter. So is The Commuter Oscar-worthy, or... let's find out. So as I mentioned, The Commuter stars Liam Neeson as Michael McCallie, and he's this everyday family man who takes the train and commutes from the suburbs to New York City every morning. My baby takes the morning train. He works as an insurance salesman, and he's getting older, closer to retirement age. He works from 9 till 5 and then... After being let go and spending the rest of the workday at the bar, he takes the evening train home. He takes another home again to find me waiting for him. As he is enjoying a nice read, a strange woman approaches Michael and sits down next to him. She is mysterious to say the least, and she eventually asks Michael,
"What kind of person are you?"
He is then offered $100,000 to do this one little thing for this woman before the last stop. As Michael is persuaded to do so, he eventually finds himself trapped in this deadly conspiracy. Okay, so Liam Neeson is 65 years old, and this guy is just kicking ass in this movie. The action and fight choreography in The Commuter was on point. Obviously, there were some scenes where there was quick cuts to make it look a little bit more intense than it actually was. I know that there was 2 scenes in particular, and they were a little bit longer cuts, but it really shows Neeson being able to keep up with all of these younger guys at the age of 65. It was surprising to see this old man beat people a third of his age. Aside from the action, Neeson also turns in this great performance as this older family man. He shows the audience that he's this hardworking everyday man just there to support his family, but then he kind of shows the audience that he'll do anything even if it's against his moral code to save his family or support them. Throughout The Commuter, you see that Neeson has this conflict built up inside of him, and as the movie slowly approaches the conclusion, you really don't know what side of the coin he's gonna end up. Now, The Commuter is kind of a generic action flick, but it does have this cool idea running through it. This everyday man is down on his luck, and he's essentially offered a fortune to play a game of hide and go seek. There are stakes, there's a time limit, and there's lots of suspects. I love a good mystery, and I love trying to figure things out, and the first 30 minutes of this movie were exactly what I wanted. It begged you to ask questions, try to figure things out for yourself, and to pay attention to the little things. Unfortunately, after the first third of the movie, this movie sort of falls into a template for action thrillers. There's a lot of twists and turns, and a lot of the plot points don't really add up to anything. You sort of have to forego logic and just admit that some of these things don't really make sense. Wait a minute, these people are everywhere, they have all the resources they need, but they need a fall guy? This movie goes off the rails, pun intended, when the train literally goes off the rails. Again, you have to forego logic because basically no one on the train gets hurt. There's also these FBI agents that have these heat-seeking scopes. I don't even want to get into that. Lastly, The Commuter just drags towards the later half. As I mentioned, the beginning is great, but then it just gets repetitive. Question someone, mystery solved, wait a minute, what about that person? It just felt like we were ending the movie with the final climax. Climax. But then there's another 20 or so minutes. It's never a good thing when you have to check your watch in a sub 2-hour movie. Overall, The Commuter is this action thriller that unfortunately falls into a generic template. With some decent action, Neeson's performance, and an engaging opening 30 minutes, but with some generic action movie feels and it just dragging on, I'd marginally recommend checking out The Commuter. It's nothing special, it's essentially 2014's Non-Stop, but on a train. What did you think of The Commuter? Was it the mystery action thriller on a train you were hoping for? Or should Liam Neeson have taken the bus? I want to hear about it in the comments below. As always, you can find me on the social medias at Jared Buckendahl on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Until next time, I'll see you later.